Hi, everybody. I'm Jones.
And I'm Man. And
We're
we're
Jones
Jones and
and
Mann.
Mann.
And tonight we're jonesing on Zafra Rum. Zafra? I think that's right.
I think that's close enough.
All right, Jones. We've got this Zafra breaking out here. Master Reserve. Says age 21 years. Matured in select bourbon cask. This is, of course, as always, a fifth. You brought this to me, so I don't know pricing.
Pricing, I ordered it roughly about $40.
Okay. Then shipping and all
Yeah,
that. But
shipping and all
let's say
that.
$40.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it was really hard to find in Eastern Carolina. And the reason why I brought this to you.
Okay.
So, I'll give you the backstory. So, I went on a cruise last year, and I was killing the Buffalo Trace, and they ran out, unfortunately. Obviously, I had drank the entire fifth, but that's neither here nor there. But he said, hey, why don't you try this because I don't have any more of the Buffalo Trace at this particular bar.
Okay.
And he gave me a pour, and I thought it was kind of awesome.
Was this after the fifth of Buffalo Trace?
It was that evening.
Oh, okay.
So it was that evening, but
I'm just saying that you.
That is one of my caveats.
Okay.
The second one is so we saw the 21 age 21.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from all my research, I can't see where the distillery even owns up to. Is that 21-year age the eldest of any of the rums that is combined to make this? Is it the overall age of the rum? And from a lot of different reviews, I keep seeing that the 21 is just a stamp on the bottle and it's not guaranteed to be aged 21 years.
So it should have a question mark.
Yeah, it should be more, yeah.
Or aged 21 years. Maybe?
Right, maybe.
Okay, maybe.
And a lot of people saying that you get different tastes from bottle to bottle. Yeah, it's no maybe on it. You think I'm going to cheat you out on 21 years and tell you I'm cheating you out?
Well, okay, so it's 40% alcohol. I think that's pretty. I think 40 is the standard for rums. Let's see.
Should be finished in a bourbon barrel.
Finished in bourbon cask. And it says in Spanish, Zafra refers to the act of harvesting sugarcane in the moment when a moment in time when nature rewards men. Okay. His writing is really small, so we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
I need some
before
glasses
the jokes start. Yeah,
before the jokes start.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, man can't read. No, I can read, but it's in cursive and it's super small.
And several drinks in.
And several drinks in. All right, so let's do what we do. Let's crack this thing on open. We'll bust some house moves out. House rules, not house moves. We'll do house moves later. House rules. We will pour us a couple of neat pours and get a good whiff and a good taste. And then we'll slap it on the
No
rocks.
man in bottle.
No man versus bottle. I've already had enough man with that scotch we did today.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get some trade-offs with this one.
It's got a good sound from the pour, that long neck.
Yeah. It has the bottle has a bourbon look to it.
Yeah, it does. Zafra. Zafar?
I don't know. We can have a lot of name changes.
I got Zafra, but smells, little caramel, a little alcoholic.
Yeah, a lot of
A lot of alcohol. A little surprising for a rum, but it does, upon first whiff, remind me of Angostura.
Yeah,
a little bit. And this is Panamanian.
Yes, this is actually from Panama.
Yeah, and this is a product of Panama.
Yeah, product of Panama.
Imported by Dana Wine and Spirit Importers in Miami. All right, well, let's give
clink
it.
them and drink
Clink them and drink them.
kind of what I remember. Let's put this on ice. I will say when I originally had it, it was on the rocks. Not only was it on the rocks, it also had a cherry in it. So.
Oh, we got maraschino cherries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will say there's a lot of heat on this for rum, and I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say that there's definitely a lot of heat because we've been drinking tonight.
Yeah,
and I still feel the heat. Normally,
it does seem like a lot more
than 40.
Yeah, so 40 is what, like 80 proof?
80 proof. This is, I mean, like that first whiff was like OFTD.
Like, yeah.
And OFTD's what, 169? It wasn't quite that level of heat, but it reminded me of it. You can kind of mute it when you ice it, but like a fruity note right on the top. Let's go.
Not a typical rum smell or taste on the shot.
No, not at all. It was beefy.
Yeah, it was very bourbony. So I guess that's why I enjoyed it so much after the Buffalo Trace.
Okay.
Okay, I'll let you go into it.
You know, I can't quite place my finger on it. There's some rum characteristics about this, but there are some, kind of reminds me of Papapila, but a stronger Papapila. Mm-hmm. There's that kind of aspartame, dark chocolatey kind of aftertaste that comes on the back. Like the beginning is some caramel, sweet flavors. Then that heat just jumps in there, and once that heat leaves you, you're left with the aftertaste that you get after eating a dark chocolate or. I don't really drink coffee like that, but I think of like tiramisu, that cake that has that coffee aftertaste to it.
So, how would you rate this?
Just off the initial taste, I mean, I'm intrigued enough to spend a little bit more time with it. I'd probably like to put it over Coke and see how it tastes, rum and Coke. I feel like now I don't love it. Mm-hmm. In the 2.5 range. 2.5. 2.5 range. It's not like. It's not disgusting. And as it sits on the rocks a little bit, it comes around. It kind of, now it's starting to taste more Angostura-ish. And I like the Angostura. So I would say I'm going to say 2.5. Possibility of being a 3. But I need some more time with it.
Okay. All right.
And it was a $40 bottle?
Yeah, $40 bottle.
Yeah.
It was fairly, and again, in North Carolina, a fairly decent find. Well, hard to find.
What do you think? What would you rate it?
As a rum?
As a rum.
As a rum, I give it a 2. Okay. As a bourbon, I will give it a 2.5, possibly 3.
Well, I mean, when you mean as a bourbon, as a drink in comparison to bourbons and whiskeys and all the other things that you drink,
right?
It is a.
To me, this is a bourbon, not a rum. Oh. It doesn't have the sweetness that most rums have, and I don't think you're gonna improve it by pouring Coke in it. Okay. And at $40 for the bottle, I'm not looking to make a rum and coke.
Right.
I mean,
Well, when Zaya was on top, Zaya was $30-$40, and I drank Zaya straight, but it made a the world's best rum and coke.
and I completely agree with that. But at the same time, like I said, this is not like very impressive.
Yeah, I like it because it has a Z in it. But beyond that, I mean,
At an extra A.
$20, $20. It's coming around.
Yeah.
$40, nah. I wouldn't put any stock in it. I didn't get enough from the initial shot, the initial straight, on the rocks pour to say, nah.
If I could get this easily for like $25, it would get a much higher rating.
Much higher rating, yeah.
But and again, I would still consider it closer to a bourbon than a rum because it's not very sweet.
I mean, as it sits on the rocks a little bit, you might want to take another sip. It sweetens up a little bit. Neat, she got heat. See, it kind of sweetens up a little bit. It's real. It's dry.
It's very dry, and I think
maybe that's the bourbon.
Yeah,
maybe that's the bourbon barrels.
And that's what I'm saying about it. It tasted more like a bourbon to me than a rum.
Yeah.
And I have to honestly admit that when I did have this, I was also smoking a cigar.
Yeah. So you're smoking, I think, kind of mutes
some of that flavor profile and brings some of it. Actually, brings a little bit more of it out. But and again, like I said, as a rum, I'll give it a 2. As a bourbon, 2.5, maybe 3.
I'll give it 2.5.
I was hoping to really shock you. I was like, yes, I'm going to get the other bottle of Weller's. But unfortunately, it doesn't. I don't think it's impressive enough to disappoint. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. So I think we'll call it there 2.5.
Yeah,
2.5 and
So
2.5 me and 2 for you.
Yeah, and,
so
and it's something we can go back and look at. Summer's coming up. We'll try it out again and see what we can jazz it up as.
And I'm gonna slap some Coke in it and see if it brings anything else out of it. But it's so dry. It's very, very dry. Yeah. So there you have it, folks. You wanna tell them what to do?
What? You can click the bell and you subscribe and follow us here on YouTube. And as you click the bell, you'll get all of our updates weekly, sometimes bi-weekly.
Sometimes.
And you can also follow us at Jones and Mann on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And as always, guys, thank you for your views and thank you for your time.
Yep. It's been another episode of Jones and Mann.
Clink 'em and drink 'em.
Clink 'em and drink 'em.